So you've got Donald Trump, the man who was so famous as a reality TV star that he somehow became president of the United States. Again, he loves big rallies, big words, and making everything about him. Then in the other corner, you have Elon Musk. This is the guy who wants to put computer chips in our brains and send people to Mars for a holiday. He's the king of tech, the ultimate disruptor, and a man who treats Twitter, or X, like his personal diary. For a while, these two were like the ultimate power couple of politics and tech. It was a bromance for the ages, a real meeting of massive egos. Their friendship wasn't just a quiet nod of approval from the sidelines. Oh no, it was a full-blown public spectacle. During the 2024 election, Musk basically turned his social media platform into a giant campaign billboard for Trump. He wasn't just retweeting a few posts, he was all in, telling his millions of followers that Trump was the man to lead America. When Trump clinched the victory, it felt like Musk had won a prize too. It was a classic case of one powerful man helping another, probably imagining they would rule the world together, or at least streamline the government's stationary budget. It was a partnership that made a strange kind of sense, until, of course, it didn't. After the election confetti had been swept away, Trump showed his gratitude. He created a brand new government department with a very Trump-like name, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. And who did he put in charge? None other than his biggest fan, Elon Musk. The idea was that Musk, the genius who reinvented cars and rockets, would now reinvent the entire US government. He was meant to trim the fat, cut the red tape, and make Washington run like a sleek new Tesla. For a moment it seemed like a masterstroke. The ultimate outsider was now the ultimate insider, ready to shake things up from within. But as we all know, a story about two people with this much power and self-belief was never going to have a simple, happy ending. It was like putting two alpha lions in the same cage and hoping they would just share the meat and play nicely together. The alliance that had seemed so strong during the campaign started to show cracks almost immediately. The initial excitement of their partnership began to fade, replaced by the harsh reality of governing. The very things that brought them together, their massive personalities and their desire to disrupt the status quo, were the very things that would eventually and spectacularly tear them apart for the entire world to see. So, what was the big bang that blew this friendship to smithereens? It all came down to policy. You see, winning an election is one thing, but actually running a country is a whole different ballgame. Trump rolled into his new term with a massive plan, a mega bill that was supposed to fix everything from taxes to immigration. He promised huge tax cuts and tough new tariffs on imported goods. In Trump's world, this was the secret sauce to make America great again. Again. He expected his top man, Mr. Doge himself, to get right behind him and cheerlead the whole thing. But that's not quite what happened. Elon Musk, the tech billionaire, started to read the fine print. He looked at Trump's big, beautiful plan and saw a whole lot of problems. He argued that these policies, especially the tariffs and strict immigration rules, would be a disaster for the American tech industry. Tech companies, including his own, rely on global supply chains and attracting the best talent from all over the world. Musk saw Trump's plan not as a boost, but as a ball and chain that would stifle innovation. He also pointed to official reports saying the bill would add trillions to the national debt. Suddenly, the government's new efficiency expert was saying the government's new plan was, well, incredibly inefficient. This wasn't just a private chat over a cup of tea in the Oval Office. Musk took his concerns public, using his favorite megaphone, his social media platform. He started openly criticizing the administration's direction. He argued that the government needed to cut spending, not just taxes, and that the proposed policies were going to hurt the very economy they were supposed to help. For Trump, this was a betrayal. He had brought Musk into his inner circle, given him a whole department, and now this guy was on the internet telling everyone he was wrong. It was like hiring a personal chef who then goes on TripAdvisor to leave a one-star review of your cooking. The disagreement wasn't just about one or two small details, it was a fundamental clash of ideologies. Trump's vision was based on a nationalistic, America-first approach, building walls and protecting domestic industries. Musk, on the other hand, operates in a globalized world where technology and talent know no borders. He saw Trump's policies as backward-looking, a step into the past when he was trying to build the future. The president was focused on old-school manufacturing and trade wars, while his tech guru was trying to figure out how to get to Mars. Their destinations were just too different, and their shared vehicle was starting to veer off the road. Once the policy disagreements were out in the open, it didn't take long for things to get ugly. This is the era of social media after all, where a political feud can escalate from a polite debate to a full-on digital food fight in a matter of hours. Donald Trump, a master of the online insult, wasn't about to let this criticism slide. He fired up his own social media accounts and went straight for the jugular. He called Musk ungrateful for the government position and overrated, suggesting that maybe the tech genius wasn't so genius after all. It was classic Trump. When someone challenges your ideas, you challenge their entire existence. Musk, not one to back down from a fight, fired right back. He didn't hold back his punches either. He retorted by calling the president stuck in the past, a particularly sharp jab for a leader who built his brand on being a modern political force. Then Musk made a bold claim that truly fanned the flames. He declared that Trump would have lost the 2024 election without his help and the influence of his platform. This took the argument from a policy squabble to a deeply personal battle over credit and loyalty. It was no longer about the national debt, it was about who made whom. The fight reached a new and frankly shocking low when Musk decided to go nuclear. In a move that left many people speechless, he made a completely unsubstantiated claim, trying to link Trump to the infamous Jeffrey Epstein case. This was no longer just political mudslinging, it was a serious and baseless personal attack that crossed a significant line. The feud had officially devolved from a high-stakes political drama into a messy public spectacle fueled by accusations and innuendo. The platform that Musk had used to help get Trump elected was now being used to tear him down in the most personal way imaginable. This digital war of words had real-world consequences. The public insults and escalating bitterness made Musk's position in the government completely untenable. The trust was gone, the respect had vanished, and the partnership was dead. In early June 2025, Musk officially resigned from his role as the head of Doge, citing irreconcilable differences. It was the most polite way of saying, "We can't stand to be in the same room anymore, and we're going to continue this fight online where everyone can watch." The great experiment of bringing a tech titan into the heart of government had ended in a very public, very messy, and very digital divorce. So, why should anyone care about a public spat between two incredibly rich and famous men? Well, this feud is more than just celebrity gossip. It's a flashing red light for both American politics and the world of technology. It shows just how fragile alliances can be when they are built on personality rather than shared principles. For a moment, it seemed like the disruptive energy of Silicon Valley and the populist power of Trump's political movement could work together. This breakup proves that they are fundamentally incompatible. It highlights a massive culture clash between the tech world's global, forward-looking mindset and Trump's brand of nationalist politics. The conflict also throws a harsh spotlight on the immense power that tech billionaires wield in the political arena. Musk's ability to influence an election with his platform and then turn that same platform against the person he helped elect is a terrifying and fascinating example of where power lies today. It raises serious questions about the accountability of these tech leaders. Who keeps them in check? Furthermore, Trump's hints at retaliating by potentially canceling government contracts with Musk's companies like SpaceX show how political power can be used to punish dissent, threatening progress and innovation that rely on public-private partnerships. This feud matters because it's a live-action demonstration of how modern political discourse can be poisoned by social media. When leaders and influencers resort to personal insults and unsubstantiated claims, it drags the whole conversation into the gutter. It creates a circus of distraction, as one Democratic leader pointed out, pulling focus away from the actual policies that affect millions of people's lives. The battle between Trump and Musk has become a symbol of our polarized times, where productive debate is often drowned out by the loudest and angriest voices on the internet, leaving the rest of us with a headache. What happens next is anyone's guess. With Musk now free from any government ties, he is an unpredictable and powerful critic on the outside. He could continue to use his platform to attack the president, potentially influencing public opinion, and even future elections. Trump, on the other hand, is not known for letting go of a grudge. He could continue his verbal assaults or even take concrete action against Musk's business interests. Their story has transformed from a political alliance into a cautionary tale. It's a stark reminder that when two massive forces of nature collide, the resulting storm is often chaotic, unpredictable, and leaves a whole lot of damage in its wake.